listening to The Power of Being Positive, helping you discover strategies to unleash the uplifting, energizing, and motivating power of being positive and the awesome effects that it can have in your life. Getting ready to power you up in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to episode 1 of The Power of Being Positive. What I wanted to do with this initial first episode is cover a few things that I try to take with me on a daily basis, keep my mind in a positive frame. And, some of these may seem common sense. Some things may be a little bit just more in depth or whatever else, but things that I think about and I try to implement as I go through my day, as I come through different situations and all that. With that, I've got about 11 different ideas to think about in order to keep the power of a positive mind really working for you. The first thing that I'm very aware of when it comes to any of this stuff is your inputs equal your outputs. It's kind of similar to what people say about diet. The kind of food you put in is the kind of output and energy that your body is going to be able to put out. You put a bunch of fat in, then you're going to be overweight. If you eat healthy, clean food, things like that, then your body's naturally going to be healthy and everything else. So that's 1,000% true with the types of media that you consume. If you're taking in a bunch of divisive information, like if you're watching a bunch of news channels and you're watching all this stuff, these media companies these days aren't about reporting the news. They're about getting you riled up, getting your heart rate up, and getting you aggravated, and throwing some kind of negative narrative out there that's going to make you dislike or badly of somebody else. That's their goal. So be careful with the types of media platforms that you take in. And it could be even as easy as scrolling through Facebook and seeing someone upset about something or complain about something or some joke, quote unquote, that people are putting out that is meant to be funny or whatever else, but is really berating or taking somebody else down. So be careful with the types of media that you take in. You want to take in positive stuff. Read people that are talking about things of how they've positively changed their lives. Listen to music that is uplifting and powerful in that regard. You have to completely surround yourself in positive influences in order to keep your mind going in that direction. If you're a Christian, read the Bible. Find a good devotional to read that's about encouraging. Read different parts of the Bible that are uplifting and encouraging, and think about things in that kind of manner. And along with the influences that you have around you from a media perspective, you've also got to watch the second thing that I think about is the types of people that you're around. If you're around a bunch of people that are constantly negative and constantly naysay you, then a lot of times you're going to take those influences with you and you're going to share them. You're going to talk about someone else's issues that they've got, because you've got to be really careful with the information that you spread, because it impacts people whether you believe it or not. And you want to be seen as someone that's positive. Deep down in your core, you've got to want that, because the sad thing is that a lot of times people that are being negative, they're really just doing this for attention. They're missing something in their lives and they're doing it for more of attention. So you can try to help them, but you've got to be careful with constantly surrounding yourself with people that are negative and naysay you all the time or whatever else. Because I know that in my life, I can list off plenty of times where when I was in college and I was looking to pick a specific major, and I used to love art, right? Loved art, loved the creative process. And then I had someone say to me one time, well, there are a lot of starving artists in the world. So being more young and impressionable, I kind of went away from that. And then I also, loved the psychology route. Even to this day, I love it. And had someone say something negative to me about that. There are more psychology majors on this planet than anybody else. So then I shifted to business. And then there have been other things about other ideas of business ventures and things like that I've kind of thought would be fun and cool to pursue, and had someone say something negative to me about it, and I just left them. So again, you've got to be careful. You've got to have people around you that are going to be uplifting and positive. The third important thing that you need to do is you need to write down a plan for every day. And it doesn't have to be some kind of super detailed plan. You want to make sure that at the end of the day, you feel positive about the things that you've done that day, that you've actually contributed or that you've moved the needle in one way or another. writing down a plan for the day is important. And it can be bullet points. It could be like, this morning I'm going to get up and I'm going to do this for an hour. I'm going to take my kids to school. I'm going to work on this task this time. I'm going to try to go eat lunch from here to here. And then nighttime, I'm going to try to spend this much time from here to here with my kids. I'm going to put my phone down. It really helps you be clear on how you can make sure that your day moves forward in a positive manner, that you're actually getting things done. Because there's not a worse feeling in the world than realizing that, man, I just spent the whole day and I didn't get anything done. So again, write down a plan for your day, and it will absolutely help you feel positive about everything that's going on. And it'll also keep your day in check, and you can control your day and your day won't control you. Number 4, give thanks for all the awesome things in your life. It's really easy to look at somebody else's life and get down because you don't have this thing, or you're having to spend a bunch of time over here doing this, or this thing is happening to you right now that's no good. It's extremely easy to go down that rabbit hole. So make sure that every morning when you wake up and every night when you go to bed, you just say, hey, look, I'm so thankful for all the opportunities that I've got right now. And I'm so thankful for all the great stuff that's going on in my life and all these great people that I've got around me. Because the more that you're thankful for the things that you've got around you, the more awesome things that you will see happening around you. Again, positivity is something that will grow exponentially, and it's something that will absolutely open your eyes more to all the awesome things that are going on around you. Number 5, list out your goals. And it's different than writing down a plan for each day, but list out your goals. What are your goals? What is a big goal that you have? So is it to be able to afford a certain lifestyle? Is it to spend more time with your kids? Is it to lose weight? Write down your goals. I mean, you can have several different goals. You can have goals that cover all those areas, but write them down, because the key is not just writing the big goal down, but it's to take that goal and break it down into a daily goal and work the deal backwards. If you want to lose 20 pounds and say, I want to lose 20 pounds in 3 months, then what you do is you just break it down. So you say, every day I'm going to eat this for breakfast, this for lunch, this for dinner, and I'm going to exercise at 5 o'clock. So it's about not just your goal, but creating micro goals for your day. Because the smaller you break that goal down, the easier it is to achieve. And the easier it is to achieve that goal, then the better you feel about it. So write down your goals every day. There's all kinds of sales gurus out there that say, in order to stay motivated about hitting a goal, you write it down every day. I don't do that as much as I should. Number 6, if you do number 6, then it will absolutely blow you away how much stronger mentally this will make you. But number 6 is be encouraging to others. Smile at other people. It can be that simple. You can give someone a compliment. You can tell them they're doing a good job. You can just say good morning to somebody when they come in. Hey, good morning. How are you doing? Or one of the things that I try to do is, even if I'm walking down the street and people are walking past me, I try to smile at them at least, wave and say, hey, how are you doing? Good morning. Even if I don't even know them. Because here's the thing is, even if you smile right now, if you're sitting there right now, do this with me. Just smile. It naturally lifts your soul when you smile. So be encouraging, smile at people, ask them how their day is, give them a positive word. Because what you will see happening is, the more positive that you are towards other people, the more positive the environment around you will become. It's just kind of the way it is. It's a group mentality thing. I used to practice when someone was having a bad day, I was going to cheer them up and encourage them and get them happy and get them excited and tell a joke, play around with them, do whatever else I could do to get them happy. And it's something that you can absolutely do. It's not that hard. It's just a mindset thing. And it's one of those things that you've got to get determined about. And when you see someone having a bad day, go over and encourage them, because it will make you feel better. It will make them feel better. And I'm telling you, it'll change the whole dynamic of the day. Number 7, getting out and moving. I know this is going to sound health guru type thing, but the more you move and the more action you take, the more positive you will feel. If you think about it, if there's a task in front of you and you may be a little scared of it, You may not feel that great about it. The more action you take towards that task, the better you're going to feel about it, because you're going to see that it's really not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. So take action. Number 8, don't fear failure. And a lot of times what I've seen, the reason why people fear failing, it's not the fact that they fail. It's the fact that they think that someone is going to say something to them to make them feel dumb. And here's the thing about it. If it's somebody that you don't know that says something to you, it doesn't really hurt you that bad. You're like, I don't even know him. Who cares? But what you really get scared about is failing in front of your friends and family. And here's the thing about your friends and family. I don't know if you've heard the old saying before, but I have people say to me all the time is like, I wouldn't mess around with you if I didn't like you. And that's what you've got to understand about your friends and family, is that they may say stuff to you to mess with you, and they may say stuff to you to kind of poke at you a little bit. But look, deep down, they want you to be successful. They want you to do well. They want you to have a great life. I don't know any of my friends that I don't care deeply about, and I don't want them to have awesome lives and be super successful and just go knock the world out. So don't be scared to fail. You can't have fear and be positive. And it's one of the big keys to unlocking positivity is not fearing failure. Number 9, don't have limiting thoughts. Your perception is going to be your reality. And it's really unfair to you to say that something that you aren't able to do something without ever even trying to do it, because you're not going to know. So don't limit yourself by what you think someone else thinks. Number 10 is take responsibility for the things that happen around you. You can't blame someone else for the situation that you're in at all, because somewhere along that line, there's something that you could have done to change the situation. So if something bad happens to you, or you think something bad is happening to you, then stop, look at it objectively, and say, what could I have done to change this? And what can I do to change it going forward? Like, what things can I do to change this, to make it better, or make sure that it doesn't happen again in the future? And say to yourself, that's what I'm going to do next time. Be prepared for the situation. Have a plan. Having a plan for your day or how you're going to deal with a situation, I mean, it's important because it helps you be mentally prepared so that when a situation does arise, you're going to be more instinctive to react to it in a positive way, because it's pretty natural for most people when something happens that they automatically go negative on it and get defensive and show out that way. Number 11, and I've only got one more after this, so you hang with me. Know that nothing is as easy as you think it should be. Understand that it's always going to take more effort to accomplish a goal than you think. It takes work and patience and practice to be positive. So if positivity is your goal and you want to be positive and you want to react to people in a positive way, it takes work and it takes a lot of practice. And it's not something that comes automatically or comes easy. So you can't get discouraged when you're mentally saying, look, I'm going to be positive. I'm going to be the most positive person in the room. That's what I'm going to do. And then someone says something to you, or you're at home and your kid does something, or maybe your husband or wife does something, and you kind of go, rah, 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 and then you feel like you've let yourself down. Understand that I need to work more on that. Shift your mindset. And the key is, once that happens, grab yourself and be like, all right, next time I need to act like this, because that was not the way that I want to be. Because you've got to, with this whole thing, with positivity, all the stuff that goes on and everything else, you've got to consciously work at it. There are very few people in the world that bebop around on level 5 energy, if you know anything about energy leadership and things like that bebop around on that level. So it's kind of hard. Understand, it's going to take a little bit of work. It's going to take practice, but the more you do it, the stronger that muscle will build and the better you'll become at it. All right, the last thing. It's more of an understanding, and it will help you understand the why behind some of this. Positivity, the more positive you are, the more solutions you will find, the more creative you will become, the more you'll be able to understand the impact that you're having. So the more you'll have the impact that you desire. Positivity breeds solutions. Understand that the more positive you are, the more responsibility you take, the more encouraging you are, the more action you take, the more you write your goals down, your plans down, the more you share that with someone, the more positive you will become. And here's another one. In order to do anything, of importance, you got to share that with people. You've got to share that you want to do something. The more you share your goals, the more likely you are to achieve them. It's all about finding an accountability partner. It's all about finding some people out there that may give you some crap in the beginning, but ultimately they're going to root you on and they're going to hold you accountable. They're going to be like, hey, you haven't done this in a while, or hey, you haven't done that in a while. Because I know that through some of the things that I do on like just general social media for myself, that's kind of led me to create this podcast, is I would put out these positive thoughts and quotes and ways to overcome adversity once a day or as many times as I could. And I'd have people hit me up and say, hey, I haven't seen a positive quote from you in a while. Or they would tell me, hey, you may not realize this, but your quotes kind of help me keep going and keep my mind in the right perspective. So you will have impact. Being positive in today's world gives way more impact than you will ever realize. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks for listening to the show. I'm going to try to continue to do these as much as I can. I'm going to also invite some guests on that I know that are in the sports field, in the business field, in the sales field, all this stuff to kind of help you all understand and listen to the mindsets that other people have. And then I'll also, like I said, as I go through my daily life and I find something interesting that I think would be good to talk about, then I'll also kind of post that too. But this is David Clark with The Power of Being Positive. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you wouldn't mind leaving me a review and let me know what you think, I would really appreciate it. With that, I'm going to close it out, and I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope that you can unleash the power of being positive in your own life to not just improve your life, but to help those around you. Till next time. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to the Power of Being Positive podcast. To get more tips sent to your inbox, visit powerofbeingpositive.com.